Hello everyone, this is Jersey. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're gonna be working on part 4 of the greenhouse. First thing, I want to say thank you. I have my first 2 comments on one of my videos, so I'm very happy, very honored that took place. Here are the comments, and I am truly very humble that you guys took time to comment and just share your opinions, and I'm very happy about that. So today what we are working on is going to be the final touches on the entryway. Right now what we're doing is refilling everything that I took from the video of part 3. So I ordered a lot, and I went and got my mail and got all the plans and everything that we needed. So everything that I took out from part 3, I'm putting it back on the area. And then now we are going to be slowly working on the front, and we're going to be working also on the top area. And as you guys are watching this, I want to say that, you know, in one of the comments, I'm very thankful that you guys like the design so far of the island, how everything is laying out. One of them didn't know how to start how to place things, and just in my opinion, and the way I approach it is I start with the town hall, and that's, for me, it's gonna be the center of my town, or the beginning of the town, and I work on the town hall first, and then I start branching out from there. And also the guy that gave the suggestion by using more shovels and all that stuff, I am taking that into to do it on their printer, and I'm going to be trying to get multiple of those. I finally got my second one. It took a lot of money, but yeah, I finally got my second one. So yeah, so I'm just very grateful for the 2 comments so far on the video. So right now, I'm trying to figure out what do I want to do on this entryway. It just needed to be a little more full, just something, instead of it looks so empty compared with the other areas. So what are we going to be looking at is how to fill it up. I had a lot of extra pots, flower pots, and so I'm gonna be I kind of moved some of the benches around to see if I want them closer, farther away. I ended up taking some of the sidewalk away. Eventually, as we'll see as the video progressed, I went ahead and took a lot of the hardwood floor and started doing the dark cobblestone path, the new one that is black, and I am enjoying that one. I really like that one. I think that one's gonna be my main path across all my island. Right now I've been using the hardwood as my main path across all the island, but I am going to be changing that to the cobblestone, the new one. So I ended up using that on the very top, so we're gonna be seeing that at some point. In the beginning of the video, behind the flower boxes, on the middle area, I planted more of those, I believe they're called wobble bushes, you know, the yellow and the red ones. So that back there is more full, and once it grows and it starts growing, it's just gonna make it feel more full. And on the entryway right here, when you enter the first part, so you can go to the greenhouse, at first, as you guys can see, I started putting in all in one layer, but the more I looked at it, the more flat it looked. It just all one level. I wasn't feeling it, so I did this 2 high, 1 low, and I did start liking the way it looked. So I went ahead and decided to replicate it on the other side, but just do 3 instead of the whole length of that back wall. So we're gonna take it out and we're gonna be raising that. And as I started looking, I decided the brick and the brown, it wasn't breaking apart for me too well. So I went ahead, and you guys are gonna see it. I took out all my hedging, and I went ahead and I put some of the cement and create a cement wall on the back, just to break it out. And it looks like we have a wall, and then we got the flower pots, and I think the gray and the green and the gray and the yellow, and it just everything is seen to have more dimension, like I always try to explain, more depth, more feel. So I think the brick and the brown was more the same, like it was just kind of almost identical colors. So we changed it to the cement, and I ended up liking it. I did like it, so I went ahead and did more than on the other side. And I went ahead and on the main greenhouse area on the top, we went over there and we also changed that, and to break that up more and to take more of that, the brown, and it just started to feel right, and I ended up liking it. I think there's gonna be more areas in my island right now that I have that it's just dirt, a wall. I think I'm gonna be trying and putting more cement to break the brick or the floor from the brown. So here, this is the other section. I was like, I think here it's gonna look good too. So taking out the fence, and we're gonna be adding more cement path. And I got very lucky. I had enough pieces to do this, and I think at the very end of the video, I ended up just having one tile of the cement. So I'm definitely gonna have to get myself more rocks and more cement and make more cement path, because it's something that I use a lot, because it's my main sidewalk all across the island. So, and then one more time, I was like, man, I like how that looks. So you know what? I'm gonna break this apart right here too. And then I noticed, as you're working, then you start noticing things. I noticed here that I was like, oh man, one side's longer than the other one, especially because now, since having the cement, I can kind of tell. Before, it was all kind of blending in, so I didn't even notice that one side was longer than the other one. So now I decided I'm gonna tweak it. I'm gonna try to at least make it match one side to the other, since it's almost symmetrical, because the way on the top looks with the stairs coming down, and you got the kangaroo statue right in the middle. It's gonna be like a little entryway. So I wanted it to match. So I'm going ahead and going to be matching it. So I took the bushes out, and I use flower pots so I can put on top of the cement. And then I went ahead and raised this section right here, and to break it up, I put some brick on it. That way it's just not just dirt. And I did keep the bush at the end, because I did like how that red and the bush looked. Maybe in the future I decide to change that as I work, because the next section that we are going to work is going to be right there in the front. So right when I was standing and doing those changes right here in this area in front of it, that's going to be the next section that we're going to be working. Now that part 4 of the greenhouse is complete, and the greenhouse just needs, at the very end, it's going to need just minor touches. I'm still waiting to get one of the other paths that I want to try. That is one of the, it kind of looks square, but it has a round design, and it's gray. I think it's another type of cobblestone path, and that's the next one that I do want to try to use as my path in the greenhouse area. But I haven't collected it yet. I haven't got lucky enough to get it from Franklin or from one of the villagers. So we're gonna be still waiting. But overall, that's one of the few tweaks left to do on the greenhouse. So here I'm just observing. I'm looking to see how I like, and I decided to take these small bushes out, and I'm gonna put flower boxes. And I believe I went to check to see if I have any more left, and I only had 2 left, as we're gonna notice right here. And so I knew I needed to make more. So, and my crafting area is still in the very front part of the island. So we're gonna do a quick transition here, and I went ahead, went to the next day, did my chores real quick, and crafted. I checked Franklin, didn't still get the path. So here we are. Now I'm checking to see what do I still need to work, and I noticed that there were more of the new flowers. So I was like, oh yeah, good, because I need this because I'm gonna be working on the front, and I still need more flowers. And so here we are. We're putting some of the flowers down. So I do like this front of the area. I like how it's coming out. I like the different tiers of level. You got the floor, you got the middle, and then you got the top with the hedges. And I think for me, it feels, it's starting to feel more like an entrance. It's feeling more together. I can't remember what I was trying. I know I went there back and forth and all that. Oh yeah, so right here we're working on, I had an idea. I kind of wanted to use signs and then put like 5 flower pots behind them or something, like, you know, like if it were for sale sign. It's something that I had since the very beginning. I think I've been speaking about that for a while, but I could not make it work in this area. I just didn't have enough space. I didn't have enough ideas to make that work. I was trying to maybe place them in different areas and then put stuff right behind them. It didn't have, I didn't have a way to put it, so when you walking up the stairs on the top, it just made it look right, like here's this sign and here's the other sign, and as you're walking, I didn't want it to feel cluttered in a bad way, and so I discarded that idea away. And then here, maybe I thought, oh, maybe I can do something more in the center. I didn't want to put another fountain because I already got 2 fountains in the middle. So I thought maybe I can do another flower bed, but I did a test, placed them down, didn't look right. I was gonna try to put a tree, but the tree was not gonna be centered because I only got four lanes. Here is when I'm trying to see if I can put a tree here, like in the middle, but it was not gonna look centered and through the entryway, and so I took that idea away. And so we're gonna replace again. We're gonna put some of the bushes back over here again, because I was gonna extend the flower boxes, but I went ahead and it just didn't feel right. And for me, like always, decorating is, you know, if everybody's gonna have their own style, their own feelings, what works for you, what works for me. And for me, every time I guide it more for what it feels, and when I place things down, if it feels right, if it makes me happy and it's like, man, this looks good, then we keep it. But right now there were a couple of things that it just, as I kept trying, it didn't feel right. So we discarded that idea, and we went back, we put the bushes back, and so now I had all these extra, I think this is the rose one, the one that you get in the desert with the bones. And I ordered, I think 12 of them, and I had 12 of the yellow one as well. So eventually I do make like 2 big roads, and so when you walk in, and it's like all this line up, and I did like the way it looked, so that one I did keep. So I'm right here, I'm trying to break a little of the brown. The brown was a little too much since I haven't got the path that I want to try on yet. So I'm adding a little grass, and in some area I felt like it had too much grass, or it just didn't look right, just that little sticking out like that. So I'm just clearing a little bit just to give a little more, instead of just plain brown, and just trying to make a curve a little bit. So that's what I was trying to do there. And we're getting closer doing some of the final touches using the last remaining items that I have that I wanted to use on the area. So we are putting down in the floor, checking to see that this side it looked too much, and I didn't want to use the sidewalk just to fill it up completely. So we went ahead and grabbed some of them away. And then pretty soon, this is when I decided, I was like, you know what? I think I can break the floor and take the hardwood out and make another, and use the cobblestone path that is the one that I've been wanting to use. And I decided to also take out, pretty soon we're gonna see, I'm gonna use those two big pods and bring them down to the front of the area. And that did the trick for me, and I was like, okay, now this is what's gonna be looking good. I like the way it looks. I like that I have more, it keeps breaking the colors. Right now, since we only got two type of flower boxes, at least that I have unlocked, and I think there's only two so far. It's just the brick and the wood, and I kind of wanted to break things up a little bit more, and so we can have kind of different colors going from one to the back and then to the top. And once I added those last two pieces, that's when it really clicked, and I knew, okay, I think I'm done with the front. I think now I got something in the front that I'm truly liking, I'm truly enjoying, and now I think soon we're gonna start working on that. So let's see what happens. So this is the area that I'm standing on. This is gonna be our next area. I am working on the design and the ideas. I don't know what's gonna be yet, or what are we gonna use it for, but I am filling it up slowly, and because it's gonna be a second tier level section. So that's why you see already a lot of it's already raised up. I don't know exactly. I think I got two ideas, but I'm not gonna say what they are yet. But soon I'll make another video as I am laying down the foundation and laying down the path and all that, and what the area is gonna be used for. Okay, so here we are. We are finally working. First, I was gonna test it, of course, to see if I like the way it looked. I want to make sure, and then I had the idea, you know, I can leave just the two strips of wood, so it kind of looked like if they were almost like shelves, but just on the floor, like it was on purpose why all these flower pots are out here, because they're not on the sidewalk, but they're not like on the road path, and I like how it just goes from cement, hardwood, you got your cobblestone path, and then again hardwood, cement, and then you got your tree line, and then you got your hedges, and it looked good. To me, it looked good. I hope you guys like it. For me, it really gave the final touch to this entrance that we are working on. I'm gonna go back and forth here in this video, just to feel it. Okay, so now that I knew this front section was done, I wanted to work at the very end section right here. I knew I wanted to do one, to add the second tier of the very end of that section right there. And right here, I was just measuring, like, okay, how many clicks I have to do to make it the same level, and it was 4. because when you're way up here, I couldn't remember. I couldn't tell if I was high enough. But I wanted to make 2 more rows right here, but on the second level, and it was to break this wall. So when you're walking, or if you get close to the edge, and you're working on your crafting area, that's actually the last section. I didn't work on it on this video, but to work behind the greenhouse on the little crafting section, I still haven't done that. I probably just do it off camera and then do a little tour with connected to one other video, so you guys can see how that turned out at the end. So, but the idea is, if you walk towards the hedges, it's not just flat and just kind of like a cliff and that's it. So I made just 1 row that's gonna be just for bushes, and then I alternated between bushes and trees and pines on the next one right here. That way, when they grow, I'm hoping that they go a little higher than the hedges, so it also gives a little more of a depth when you're looking from the crafting area out, and you see maybe a couple of trees, and that I can fix eventually if I need to just cut everything down, raise everything just for that tree line one more block high, so we can look at it. Then I will do that. But I'm hoping it works just being on the second tier, what I call the second tier. So you got your first floor, your ground floor, then 4 high. For me, it's like second tier, and then another 4 high is like the third tier. So I got 3 tiers that I'm building my island on. So we can have different dimensions. So when we're walking or looking from far away. So those are the measurements that I decided to go on. You guys can make it different, higher or lower, or have even more multiple dimensions of tiers in your island. But right now I'm working with floor, and then a 4, and then a 4. And those are my numbers, and it's just to try to keep it more simple in my head. So here we line all the trees, and I'm hoping this is gonna grow and then gonna pass, so we have a little more. I don't know when I'm gonna work in front of the garden area just yet, when that section, because I haven't planned out that section. But right here we're gonna do the final walkthrough. I still did speed it up, so it's not just so slow and just taking forever, but it does feel at this speed it looks good. So the camera is gonna rotate. We're gonna be looking slowly so you guys can see it in more detail. If you guys need to pause and look at it, how everything is looking in this area. But yeah, let's see how everything's looking as we look at the final walkthrough. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video again. I'm very grateful for everything. Part 4 is done, so we're gonna be working on the next section very soon. Thank you for watching, and have a good day. Bye.